Welcome to Two Therapists Talking. The hope for this podcast is to talk about important issues related to couples and individuals who are struggling in their lives with many different issues. I'm David Thompson, a marriage and family therapist.
And I'm Sherie Christensen, marriage and family therapist. Please join us as we explore these issues together, and we hope you will learn and be enlightened along the way. Come find us at twotherapisttalking.com. If you like what you're hearing, please get on and rate us and subscribe to the podcast.
Hi, and welcome back to Two Therapists Talking. I'm David.
And I'm Sherie.
And we today have kind of a fun one for me, I think, just because it's easier to talk about a lot of this stuff. We have a lot of serious podcasts, and then we have podcasts that just allow us to sort of share a little bit more personally and things. And I think this is one of them. So hopefully we'll see how it goes, but it's an important one.
Yeah.
In a nutshell, it's meeting your spouse's needs.
Yes.
And the idea is that this helps you to maybe learn more about your spouse's needs. And I'm willing to bet that it's not anything that's news at all.
Right.
But maybe hearing it from us or hearing us talk about it will validate that, hey, these things are important and they can make a difference. Mm-hmm. And so
yeah,
they're good things.
I think we're going to do 2 episodes on this. The first one is on meeting women's needs, what it is that, and again, of course, these are generalizations, but some basic few things that women typically need that, yes, men might need to, but maybe in a different way or different amounts than what women do. That they tend to need a little bit more of these things. And then in our next episode, we'll talk about some of men's needs that might be a little different than women's needs, and things to kind of think about if you're thinking about the male partner in your life, that these things are going to be important things.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So we're going to start with women, and then we'll do men's needs next time. And these ideas and thoughts, we liked the concept of it, so we wanted to talk about them, and they come from Becky Squire. So if you want to check that out, these are kind of some of her points.
Yep. And we agree, which is why we want to discuss and share. And these are not in any particular order. And again,
right.
People are different, relationships are different. Generally speaking, you'll probably find these to be accurate. Mm-hmm. But how much is dependent on lots of things.
Yeah. So you can always check these out with your spouse. Say, hey, this is what I learned. These are the 5 things. Like, are these really big 5 things for you? Or, like, tell me about this. And it can be a great conversation starter.
Definitely. Fun. I think it's kind of a fun.
Yeah. Little date night type of
talk
thing.
About it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, is this true? Is that really neat? I would say yes. Really? Huh.
Yeah.
And that probably follows with,
or
so I haven't been doing a great job then, huh?
Yeah.
Not so much. Maybe I haven't been telling you enough, but.
Yes. How big of a need? What can I do differently to show up for you in that way?
Yep.
So we've got 5, and the first one in the women's category is affection. And when we say affection, we mean non-sexual touch. So holding hands, putting your hand on the other person's back, sitting close to each other, right? Putting your hand on the other person's leg, kind of steering them in and out of crowds or whatever, just kind of guiding them, maybe your hands on their back, maybe your arm is around their shoulder, hugs, maybe it's a foot rub, maybe it's, a back rub, just different displays of non-sexual touch. And you can probably guess what the mirror number 1 mirror thing is for men, right? Will be that sexual touch is going to be a big key piece for them, right? And we'll talk about that in the next episode. But the non-sexual touch and non-sexual touch that is not going to necessarily lead to sexual touch every time. It's not like, oh, he's holding my hand, like now it's going to be about sex in 5 minutes.
Which a lot of guys, it's helpful. We talked about this on the Perfect Schedule episodes, how there needs to be days of affection only, and then that helps the relationship because it's not going to lead anywhere.
Yes.
And husbands, this is good for men to put together, that just the affection, just for affection's sake, is really valuable.
It's
to wives.
Really, really helpful. And obviously there are some people that are more physical touch oriented than others. And I mean, we have a whole love language about that, right?
Right.
And so you need to be mindful and aware of your partner and how much and in what contexts and what types of physical touch that they like, but understanding that and then doing that for them is going to be a big deal. And I think it goes a little bit to the kind of evolutionary point of like a male being a protector and being able to just have that connection, right? Someone that is just bigger than you are, that is watching out for you and has got their, they've got you, they've got their hand on you, they've got their, they're holding your hand.
Like safety, security stuff is what I'm hearing.
Exactly. Yeah. Safety and security stuff.
Yeah,
so I think that's a big piece of that physical touch. And then if that happens to be a love language for them, that's going to be even a bigger deal.
Mm-hmm. And again, I would encourage you to go back to the Perfect Schedule episode if you want to talk about affection and why it's important in a context outside of sexual touch.
Yes.
Because men generally have a hard time differentiating.
Yes.
It's interesting to men why it needs to be differentiated. But for women, it's very important that if we're going to watch a movie and cuddle, that's what they're thinking.
Yes.
And so that episode talks a little bit more about that, but definitely high for women is just affection and just a sense of you're adored, you're cherished, you're thought about. They want to be in proximity to you and be touching you just because you're you and not for going further than that or leading anywhere. So,
yep, absolutely. Okay, the second one is conversation.
I would actually probably put this one number one.
Yeah. They're not, I think they're not in any...
Not in any particular
order. But the second one we're talking about is conversation. And yes, I think it would probably be the number one thing. Right? So this is that connection piece for women. And I think we talked about, again, in those episodes that David's referring to, and in some of our other episodes, we talk about like the difference between men and women, how often for men that sex is that like ultimate piece of connection, right? Or
really what we say, right, is acceptance. If we're talking, we need acceptance. Men feel acceptance more through this.
Yes.
Women tend to feel acceptance more through this.
Yes.
And so emotional connection for women, sexual connection or intimacy for men.
Yes.
Both enjoy both. It's just different. And so conversation,
it
emotional
deeper.
connection. Yeah.
And so that conversation is really critical for women to be able to have that emotional connection.
Yeah.
And to feel that acceptance that someone else is listening to them, they care, they're showing up in those ways.
Yep.
And so thinking about that, thinking about how the two of you can talk about that and shifts that can be made, what would be helpful. It doesn't mean that, okay, now I'm going to do this thing for my spouse and now for the rest of my life I have to listen for 6 hours every time she has a thought, right?
She would love that.
Yes. And also, yeah, there's a space where maybe things wouldn't get done, right? So being aware of that, but finding that balance and having those conversations with your partner, like that is going to be a key critical piece of relationship for them. And when they feel connection that way, sex ends up being a cherry on the top that is like, oh, this is amazing. I really want to do that now because I'm feeling so connected, right? There's that connected space a lot of times for women. Not always, but a lot of times for women that comes at the beginning. And when I feel really connected to you, then I want to have sex with you. So being able to get rid of distractions.
Yep.
And giving them your full attention is really important.
Which is hard if, there's a lot of conversation. And if you open that box, it may be a lot. But it's important and it's nurturing. And so at times, not all the time, but at times, I would say for men, really make sure you focus on just her, just what she's saying, no distractions, no TV, no phones, no anything. And I think just watch and see how the relationship feels and what happens to her energy after that becomes consistent.
Yes. And it's okay to say, hey, I need, I've got can we, have this conversation? I really want to have this conversation. Can we put some parameters around it if you need to? If you're used to, she doesn't get heard for a really long time. So when you do open that door, then it is like a 6-hour thing, right? Finding that balance, right? As you're moving into a more consistent space.
And an easy way, by the way, guys, to do this is to go on walks and go on drives. And there's nothing else going on except you two are taking a walk or you two are going for a drive. That just tends to be an easier way to do it.
Yep. Okay.
Third, okay. Honesty and openness. Well, if you've listened to any of our any of these podcasts, you know this. In fact, steps to recovery, number 1 is honesty.
Yep.
And we all need it.
We all need it.
We all need it. But definitely to feel safe and secure and for the relationship to be more meaningful, women need this.
Yep. And you will see this outside of the context of recovery from sexual addiction. You will see this as still a really critically important piece that people are talking about. And there's something to that, right? You really should be able to have your partner have your passwords to things and be able to get in places, not because they're snooping and they are trying to find something or hold something over your head, but simply because there's nothing to hide.
That used to be a thing. Remember that? If you had nothing to hide, you weren't worried about anything.
Yes.
And now we're worried about a lot of things and privacy and fairness. But if you have nothing to hide, it's okay.
Yes. And being open to that, that space of oh yeah, no worries. Let me show you that thing. Or do you have a concern about this? Let's talk about it. I don't have anything to hide. And just be open and just be honest. Huge piece. And we talk about it a lot.
We do. And we keep saying these are not in order. That would probably be the foundational piece that these others are built on, right?
I know. It's we can't. Well, this one should be this one should be number 1.
Affection's great. Conversation necessary. Honesty. Yeah. Deal breaker.
Yep.
Gotta have it.
Yep. Okay, next one. This one can feel, I think, a little bit touchy. It's financial support. A sense, again, a lot of these things for women come down to this feeling safe and secure.
Right. Yep.
So that...
Really, they all can.
Yes.
Right? Conversation, honesty, affection,
exactly.
Financial.
That's where we're at. This is a safety, security sort of sense of this is what women need. They need that being able to feel safe and secure.
Yes.
And so financial support with that is a really big piece.
Yeah.
And it's not, hey, you have to make $1 million a year.
No.
It's the sense that that especially if you have a one income household, which we're seeing less and less often, but that person is going to have our families back financially and support what's going on financially.
Right.
And that can involve like not running around spending everything, or that
Yep.
can involve having solid work or working toward solid work, having a plan for being able to provide for the family. And again, if there's two family households, this might shift a little bit. There may be some difference in how you're doing that, but especially in one family households, this is a big deal.
Yeah.
And it's definitely something that you need to have conversations about. And if you have two family households, great. Have that, or two income, households, great. Talk about that. Like, does this feel like a super, super big deal to you still? Like, what are the expectations that you have around, should I be doing something slightly different to help you feel more secure and safe? It may be that one of you is more money minded than the other, or has an accounting degree and whatever, it's going to be better at budgeting, but just having that conversation and making sure that they're feeling supported and financially secure.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of frustrated couples, really a lot of frustrated wives over husbands who struggle with this. And I don't mean struggle to get a job, and you're trying and you're not getting what you're looking for kind of thing. I mean, just not even motivated to try.
Right.
And that's just going to feel really insecure
Yes.
or unsafe in a way for wives.
Yes.
So it's a biggie.
Yep. Okay. Last one.
Family commitment.
Because of course there's only 5.
There's only 5. This is, you do these and everything's good.
Yes.
Family commitment.
Yes.
So, right, a husband, a man who prioritizes family over everything else. Not that he doesn't also do everything else, like work a job, but
Yeah.
maybe the time spent at the job or the job's taken. The consideration is, how does this affect the family? Because the priority for me is to show up for the family.
Yes.
And to have time and attention on the family. Is that
It's big.
big?
It's really big. It really is. Yes. And I think the reason why is because, again, if we look at traditional family that we've been seeing in the past, right? Oftentimes men are away from the home and the women are in the home. And so the importance of like that connection around like, what are the priorities here and what are we doing here that are important, really gives a sense, again, of safety and security.
Yep.
And again, this is definitely not saying, no, you should never have friends. You should never go do anything outside the home. You should never take any downtime for yourself. That would be really unhealthy, right? But making the family and the home a priority, like I don't need to go have my downtime for 7 hours, playing video games like all night, and you've now, had to take the kids all night, right?
Quarterly.
Yeah, quarterly. Like you plan it out, right? Like you have like a time where you can do that, but also we're prioritizing family and that they know that they can count on you if there was something big, that they know that they can count on you to come if it was needed.
Yeah.
I know some people have like a code word that they'll use when it's like, okay, I will do everything I can to hold down the fort when you are doing things at work, or you are doing things like service in the community, or maybe at church, or you are having your time, downtime, time to pursue your things that you love. And the code word, this is the code word for like, I need you right now. Like, big things are happening. I need you right now. And it doesn't get used hardly ever, but they know that if there's a big, huge deal, something is really going down, that they've got, that somebody's got their back, that their spouse is going to show up and drop everything to be there if needed.
Yes.
So, again, paying attention to your family's dynamics and needs. And of course, any of these can be taken to an extreme, right?
Right.
In a space that would be unhealthy, but realizing that these are like core needs. And so they may show up more for your partner. These may show up more for your wife than what you would think, oh, this is needed. Does that make sense? Because this is what the wife needs.
Yeah.
It might show up differently than how you think, like, oh, I don't know why this is such a big deal to them. So that's why we're telling you. This is a big deal.
And go through this together and talk about each one, because your situation is going to be different. So this isn't meant to be comprehensive, but talk about it, open a dialogue, and see what your partner has to share.
And a great thing to do maybe also is say, is there anything else?
Yeah.
Right? Are there any other really big things that we can start shifting, or ways that I can show up a little bit better for you?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's what
women's
we covered.
needs.
The women's.
What women want.
Yeah, what women want. There you go. And next episode, we're going to cover men's needs and what they want.
It's a short list. Just kidding. There's
also
the same
5 things.
But come back for that one and join us.
Yes, we'll see you then. Thank you for listening to Two Therapists Talking. We look forward to sharing more conversations with you. Connect with us at twotherapisttalking.com or email podcast@twotherapisttalking.com. If you like what you're hearing, please get on and rate us and subscribe to the podcast.